Hey everyone, Ashley here. Welcome to Ashley Talks Movies, and welcome to my review of Black Adam. The movie stars Dwayne Johnson as Teth Adam, aka Black Adam, the supernaturally powerful champion of the fictional city of Kahndaq, who, after being dormant for thousands of years, has been unleashed from his tomb. Now, before I get into the review, a few things. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel by hitting that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. Also, hit that notification button so you don't miss any of the videos that I'm posting. Okay, time for the review. So Black Adam is entertaining. It really is. And at times, it's a lot of fun. It has some really great visual effects, and it has some really good action sequences. And in fact, those two things are probably the best things about this movie. But despite the movie being entertaining, and despite the movie being fun at times, it can't overcome some of its biggest shortcomings. One of which is the story. The story itself is overstuffed. There's too many things going on in this movie. And in many ways, this movie feels like it is pieced together from other superhero movies. And some of those moments, some of those pieces of inspiration that it takes from other movies are very obvious. This movie spends, at least at the very beginning, a good chunk of time on explaining the backstory of Black Adam, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, especially for people who are not familiar with the character. Maybe they didn't read the comic books or anything like that. But the exposition is just so overloaded. There's so many things thrown at the audience at once, so many different character names, so many different places, just so much of this backstory that it felt like a bit much. It has a ton of different characters that it is introducing in this film, and some of those characters are really interesting. Unfortunately, they're not given enough development. One of the best examples of that is the Justice Society. And in the movie, you have Aldis, Hodge, and Pierce Brosnan playing, these characters in this Justice Society, and they're great. They are great. But they're not given a ton to do. I don't think they were utilized in the best way that they could have been for this movie. Another problem this movie has, and it's a problem that's not specific to this movie. This is a problem that it constantly comes up in superhero movies, and that is having a weak or forgettable villain. And unfortunately, Black Adam has a pretty forgettable villain. And I think part of it goes back to what I was saying about just too many things happening at once, too many characters thrown in, and too much focus on certain things and not on others. And so the villain suffers, and the whole story, the whole motivation for the villain suffers. And like I said, it's just forgettable. Like, he's not menacing, he's not interesting. It's just, he's the bad guy. All right, so I want to go back to Dwayne Johnson really quickly. His performance in this movie is fine. He's doing something a little different with Black Adam here than he usually does in his other movies. And, he's always been charismatic, and in action movies, he's always, very, commanding presence on screen. Say what you want about his acting. Dwayne Johnson is very charming and charismatic on screen. There's a mid-credit scene in this movie that is really cool. I'm not going to say what it is. There's no spoilers. But if you really want to know, it's out there. It was leaked. So, if you have to know, Google it, because it's out there if you really want to find it. I'm not going to say it here, but it is really cool, and it sets something up. So that was a nice little touch. But, overall, like I said, Black Adam is entertaining. It's not a great film. It's not terrible. It's not the worst of the DC movies by any stretch of the imagination, but it had a lot of potential, and I think it kind of missed the mark in some ways with this film, and it could have done a better job with some of the characters. It could have done a better job with the story. And that's kind of unfortunate. So that's my review of Black Adam. If you've seen the film, you want to share your thoughts, you can do so in the comment section below. While you're here, like this video, hit that thumbs up button, and don't forget to subscribe to see more videos like this.